This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So today we're going to look at G.I. Joe classified figures. So I'm going to break this up into two videos. I'm going to do the bad guys first, and then I'll do the next video will be the good guys. Just because there's too many of them and I'm running out of room trying to set them all up to show you. So we'll do Cobra first. So G.I. Joe is cool, and I know that, you know, the channel is devoted to monsters and science fiction and martial arts and all that good stuff. But G.I. Joe sort of gets a pass because it's got a lot of sci-fi stuff added into it. They've got robots and ninjas and all kinds of crazy stuff. So G.I. Joe gets a pass. I've got other videos on the channel of old school G.I. Joe, a lot of the action team stuff, and Super Joe stuff with a lot of the sci-fi elements and the monsters and the creatures. So G.I. Joe has one foot in reality and the other foot in fantasy, and that's why I think you can count it. Anyway, let's get going. I'm going to try and remember all the names. I might forget a couple. So up first we have Firefly. And he was a bitch to track down. He was a Target exclusive. I hate exclusives. I hate trying to jump through hoops for a figure that is a main character, part of the line. I think that exclusives should just be like maybe a color variation, a change in deco, something like that, but you shouldn't make a major character a Target exclusive, a Walmart exclusive, all that bullshit. Hasbro Pulse exclusive, like the Serpentor figure they had. I never did get one of those just because it was near impossible to get one. I do not like it when companies do that. All they really do is help scalpers and piss off normal fans. There is a new version of Firefly coming out, which I will be picking up. So as of this video, these are all the figures I own right now. And as I get more, I will do other videos. Don't really remember the name of this guy. He's their crocodile handler, their alligator handler. I think the crocodile's name is Fiona, maybe. I could just be making that up. I don't know. I don't remember. But this guy's crazy looking. It's got this crazy breathing apparatus, this rebreather thing, so he can swim around in the swamp with the alligators. This posable alligator is worth the price of admission, though. That is a really cool posable alligator figure. And it reminds me of old school G.I. Joe with the animals and the creatures, all the fun stuff. Croc Master, that might be his name, or that's his designation. I don't recall. And we've got some Cobra troopers. These are very cool. I remember when these were a bitch to try and find. And then you can, he comes with these cool goggles you can put on his face, and it changes the whole look, makes him look actually more robotic. I like this look. I like those goggles on him. It looks really cool. Then there is the Cobra officer. So he's the leader of the group with his silverish gray Cobra instead of a red one. And then he's got that silver like V on his helmet designating his rank above the others. He's a cool figure. Okay, so you guys are going to see a bunch of customs. First up is this Cobra Trooper that I painted a skull that is the same size as the G.I. Joe figures. G.I. Joe has always had like crazy sci-fi elements in it, and fuck it, now they have an undead warrior with them. Yeah, I painted that up. I like the looks of him. Like if you were in battle and all of a sudden you see this screaming skeleton go running by with a machine gun. Here is Cobra Commander. They're going to be releasing another Cobra Commander, one that looks a little more classic. There's the, classic looking one that's going to be coming with the Hiss tank, but I have heard that they will be releasing him carded without the Hiss tank, so I will pick that up. I like this one, but he doesn't quite hit all the classic buttons, so I will pick up the classic looking one. I attempted to make my own sort of classic looking Cobra Commander, so this is kind of like his battle outfit when he's out with the troops. So here's another custom made from a Cobra Trooper. Not bad. But yeah, if they don't have the figure I want, I will try and make it. Wait till you guys get to the Baroness. Holy shit. Okay, we've got Destro. Destro, the weapons dealer. He's cool. Major Blood. Will attack any G.I. Joe survivors. He's cool. I want to make a custom Snake Plissken out of this figure. I'm gonna pick up another one. Sort of got the boots that look like Kurt Russell's, that look like Snake Plissken's boots from Escape from New York, and kind of the pants could be passable. I'll have to ditch that robotic arm though. Plissken doesn't have a robot arm. And I found a couple, there's a dude on Etsy that has a cool Snake Plissken head sculpt, and there was another guy on eBay that had another Snake Plissken head sculpt in this 1/12 size. So I will probably cannibalize another Major Blood to make a Snake Plissken. Next up, we've got Zartan. Remember when he was a hard figure to track down? Actually, you know what? They're all kind of hard figures to track down when they're new. I approve of his haircut. Somebody's haircut I did not approve of, though, was his sister. So that's Zartan. What the fuck is her name? It's not Zartana. It's Zarana, maybe? Anyway, she had this stupid pink, like, punk hair, and it looked It looked ridiculous, so I took Lady J's hair and glued it on her. I don't believe that an evil female character can't be pretty too. I mean, I didn't like the fact that she looked, I don't know, she looked kind of fugly with that pink hair. And I think she looks way cooler like this. Zartan's sister. When I made that video of all of my ninja figures, I omitted Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow just because I've got so many Snake Eyes and a few Storm Shadows that I just didn't want to glut the whole ninja episode with them. So I am showing them to you guys now. So this is a beautiful figure. This is Storm Shadow. Which is what Arashikage actually means, is Storm Shadow. Super cool. This one just has the little collar. The little collar around his neck. So this one looks more classic without it. This one has the little hood pulled down. I really just bought two just to have one as a backup because I do that with the figures that I really love. I tend to buy a backup in case, you know, years down the road, one of them breaks or the color fades or something goes wrong, then you'll have a backup. We've got Storm Shadow from that piece of shit Snake Eyes movie. This was disappointing. He's not white. He's like a dirty cream color. But he's a ninja, so he's added to the ranks. In my mind, though, you know, it's not Snake Eyes. It's just another ninja. Speaking of which, here's one of the red Cobra ninjas. Kind of cool looking. Sort of has like a skull motif on his mask. I believe they re-released this figure in blue. I don't have it. I'm not big on repaints. And then you guys are gonna see all these Baronesses. Okay, so here we go. This was the first Baroness. This was a fucking nightmare to try and track down. You had to buy her with that stupid motorcycle, which I opened up the package, I took out the Baroness, and I resold the motorcycle. I didn't want that stupid thing. And she looks okay. She looks all right, but I don't know. Baroness is supposed to be hot. Supposed to be like this super fine, rich, spoiled girl, leather dominatrix bitch. Kind of like if you took the personality and the spirit of Barbara Steele and you mixed it into the body of Monica Bellucci. This is the second one that came out. This is the one from Walmart. So slight color changes. Her belt is now completely black. Her wrist things don't have the red insignia on them. But she has the photo real... Man, girl, your glasses are fucking crooked. She has the photo real paint on her face. Ugh, come on. Work with me, bitch. She has the photoreal paint on her face that makes her look, I don't know, a little better. Something I hated about this figure is that there's these huge dents in the side of her head for her glasses. I think they could have figured out a better way to do this than dents on the side of her head. Okay, so Baroness, right? The figure looks okay. The figure looks passable. She's pretty, but she's not in my mind what I think of as Baroness. Like I said, she should be like this evil, really hot dominatrix chick. Just a bitch in high heels with fully automatic weapons. And she'll, you know, her beauty is just one more weapon against you. So I was trying to cobble together the perfect Baroness. And I finally got there, but I'll show you the road I took. Okay, so first up, well, this one is that girl from the live action Snake Eyes movie. And her face and her haircut look more like what Monica from Friends instead of Baroness. But I bought a bunch of this figure so that I could make my own. So that's the movie version. Then up first, this is the first one I did. This is a head from some X-Men figure. I think it's an evil Jean Grey figure, and the hair is from a Rosario Dawson action figure. And I put those together, but I don't know, she just looks okay. I wasn't satisfied with it, so I did another one, which is this one, which turned out cool. This is a McFarlane Toys Batgirl or Batwoman, somebody from Batman, and she's pretty, but she looks too nice. She doesn't look evil enough. So I like her face. She's pretty, but doesn't have the nastiness to her, the evil. Then I made this one, which this one's closer to it. I forget which character this is. If this was a Spider-Woman or an X-Men character, I forget. But she's closer to what I have in my mind when I think of the Baroness. She's pretty. She looks evil. So we're closer. And then, boys, I nailed it. I perfected it. My Baroness, I think, is hotter and cooler looking than the official one. You ready? This is a bad bitch. You do not want to fuck with this Baroness. Look at her. She's hot. She's evil. This is Baroness to me. Like, it's no wonder she gets Destro to, you know, wrap around her little finger. Look at her. So this one turned out really good. So all of these chicks, you know, you could have them all like, there's the Baroness, and these are all her, you know, like maybe she's got a crack commando team of bad chicks that's like called the Vixens or the Vipers, or, you know, some snake themed moniker. But yeah, so she's got an all female brigade of badass chicks. But I really like mine. And what I did was I just straight found this badass dominatrix action figure. This is an X-Men figure. This was from a box set, guys, and I feel kind of bad about, well, I mean, guilty about the price I paid for this damn thing. think this is the Black Queen from X-Men, but there is no mistaking what she is. She's got her whip. She's got her little choker and her long gloves, her thigh-high boots. I mean, there's no disguising what this chick is. And I found this figure and I was like, oh my God. And anyway, I got 2 of them for $85. The guy had 2 of them and he was selling them, and I thought, okay, well, I can keep one, you know, the way that she should look with her. She comes with a cape. She comes with a cape and her whip and all that good stuff. And then I thought, I'll take the other one and carve it up, you know, turn it into Baroness. So that's my custom Baroness. Up next are the Bats, the Battle Android Troopers. These are beautiful action figures, robots. Very cool robots. This is one of these is a custom. Somebody scanned the Super 7 head and made it the size for the classified series. So this is, yeah, the Super 7 head, but on scaled down to the G.I. Joe classified series sized body. So he's kind of like the squad leader, you know, hence the bigger head to hold a bigger brain. Up next we have one of the Crimson Guard. These guys were always cool looking, sort of like bright red stormtroopers, Cobra troopers. They remind me of the Emperor's Royal Guard in Return of the Jedi. And the last 2 figures is what's this guy's name? Copperhead, I think. I think this is Copperhead. I remember when I was a little kid, I had to buy this green boat. I think it was called the Water Moccasin. It was the only way to get this dude. But yeah, he's a cool figure. And yeah, I think his name is Copperhead. And last but not least is a custom snow serpent I made. Now, guys, the snow serpents are my favorite of the Cobra Troopers. I loved that old figure. And, you know, I've got 3 of the new ones on order, but I couldn't wait. And I made my own. The face turned is really cool. It's a 3D printed head. I got it from Etsy. Just get on Etsy and type up Snow Serpent or type up G.I. Joe head and it'll pop right up. The fur was another piece the dude sold. So I got the little furry arm pieces. This is a Firefly body. So I took Firefly and I painted it all a light gray, and then I painted the fur white and I painted the helmet, and these pouches and shit on his legs are from the Valaverse figures, which is another cool military themed group of action figures with sort of a sci-fi twist. They've got some really neat characters coming out. They've got sort of their version of the Bats coming out. It's like this awesome looking black robot, fucking crazy, trooper, and I can't wait till that thing goes on sale. I saw the promo video for it, and it looks insane. But yeah, that the pouches and the guns and shit were from Valiverse. I ordered those separately. But I'm really happy with the way this guy turned out. I have another one of these heads that I need to paint up. But yeah, that is the Snow Serpent. And yeah, he's really cool. So holy shit, guys, that was almost like half an hour of G.I. Joe figures. If you're still here, thanks for sticking around, listening to my bullshit and looking at all my toys. Now I'm going to put all the Cobra figures away, and then I have to get out the all the good guys, which is going to consist of like 20 different versions of Snake Eyes. Anyway, all right, my friends, thanks for stopping by, and I will be back shortly. Cobra!